Hello, and I've been meaning to talk about a few things with you. One of them is which I've been meaning to send an ode to those poor and impoverished people who could potentially be the exact opposite of that. But, eh, who's my consent to do that anyway? But my point is, I've seen the fact that in this day and age, even the poorest of the poor can be a bunch of fucking assholes. And as ridiculous as that sounds, I can say that's kind of true. I mean, based on my personal experience, that has happened to me. Like, there was like this one time when Job and I just decided to buy some materials for decorations on our classroom, wherein we suddenly bumped into this street wanderer who was just sitting down on this corner of the wall. He looked like he needed some help, so I just decided to like give him a 10 peso coin, which was the least that I could give him. And you know what happens? What happens is that he just looks at me, looking like he seemed to reject it. Like he didn't even hesitate. Like he just looked at me. He didn't even bother trying to like get the coin. Like he just looked at me with a stern face. I was like, damn, dude, are you fucking with me right now? Like, I was just surprised. No, let me say that I should be more than surprised. Just seeing some of these beggars, quote unquote beggars, who are actually like this. But then again, I've been meaning to talk about it with an advisor of mine. Well, I did. And from what he told me, he assumed that he'll only accept it if it reaches a certain amount. Like, Jesus, like, there's some times when even the beggars are now being selective. Like, they no longer accept the least that's given to them. But then again, it's in this new day and age, in this day and age, it shouldn't be a surprise anymore. I mean, think about it. There have been a lot of things that have perhaps happened to them, wherein they have begged at one point in their lives. They've begged for alms, but people just kept ignoring them until a certain point where they don't ask anymore. Until the certain point where even if there are people who give them what they should have, they just reject it. As in, like, they don't give a shit anymore. And also another deal was like one of Kyle's younger brothers, Kevin, like, shout out to you if you're watching. He once told me that, like, he gave a certain amount of money to a bunch of beggars near a food place where a lot of people would eat. But then suddenly, he's getting inside that food place. He also saw the same beggars wearing fancy outfits, getting inside and taking a menu. And he told him, and then he told me that because of what happened, he'll never give money to a single beggar again. But then again, who are we to justify the actions of these said beggars? Not us. That's one. But it's not just the fact that I'm mad. It's like, it's just that I've been stupefied over how arrogant these beggars are now. Like, they're in their most desperate times. Like, they are in need at this moment. And when we actually give it to them, that is when they say, no man, just no. Like, like, there are many things that you can say about that actually. It's either get mad or just get amused to the fact that they just straight up reject it. Like, they could seriously be a bunch of assholes. They can. They would be. And perhaps this is just the beginning of this sort of society that we live in. But that's not my concern either, because like I'm just trying my best to help. And if they're not gonna take that, then I gotta say that's just fine. But the joke's on you, bro, because you rejected it. Like, I'm just giving what you actually need to live. It was like, there's this thing here. Like, there's this money, there's this food, there's water, and there's shelter. That's one. But then no. It's almost reached to a certain point that people have just been so oblivious and ignorant about the matter. Maybe this is what society has become. Maybe this is when people have this people's solution of finding a way around that point of getting money. Or maybe like, or another scheme that they would do is like, these beggars would go to a certain place where it would be crowded, and if it's crowded, it's more likely that there are gonna be more people that'll give you more money, and so they're just there. But then no, these impoverished people are just taking it to a whole new different level now. Somebody has to stop this. If possible, it could be me. Maybe I could find a way.